Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Cut Killer bringing you a gameplay of Mortal Kombat 2012 Reamped. Yeah, this is actually a remake of the original Mortal Kombat because it is the 2D style, and I'm glad they brought that back. But Mortal Kombat's actually the first game that actually got me into gaming. And I really remember being a little kid and being scared crapless of guys being hit in the pits. And it was mainly my characters who were getting hit in the pit because I really didn't know how to play and I was just mashing buttons. And I feel like maybe I could have been a better player if I wouldn't have sucked as a 4-year-old so much. And I think is when I have kids, I'm probably going to push them to do better at gaming at the age of 3 because I really feel like that's the age they really need to mature up and learn how to play a game properly and not just smash buttons like they're a 3-year-old. They need to grow up. Right, people? Am I right? High five! High five, people! No high fives. Alright. Let's make this as socially awkward as possible. But yeah. I think a lot of things that I've really wondered about, Mortal Kombat is that, they don't use their abilities for more practical things. Like Sub-Zero, snow cone maker. Imagine that. Snow cones at Sub-Zero temperature. How amazing would that be? Those would have to be the best snow cones you ever had. And it's just one of those things. Why not use your powers for good, Sub-Zero? Why kill Scorpion's family? Why teach your whole generation of people to learn to hate another clan instead of starting a profitable business where you can give them the proper education they need? See, NetherRealm Studios, you really need to learn how to make your characters more educational and be wiser about their decisions in life, because Scorpion also could be a great grill cook. Like, he doesn't even need a stove. He can just make flames arise. Dude, that's freaking awesome. First of all, if you can make flames arise by just raising your hands up, God status immediately. I wouldn't even say creating ice is God status. That's just really mean because people don't like being cold. But fire, that's like cavemen invented it, right? Yeah, they did. We're gonna go with cavemen. Japanese cavemen, to be exact. Maybe we could go with Canadian cavemen. Nah, Canadians aren't good enough. How about, I don't know. Japanese doesn't sound right. We could go with Irish cavemen. No, because there wasn't alcohol back then. We'll go with white cavemen. They like taking credit for everything. Right, white people? Am I right? Am I right? Hey, okay, no, okay. Let's just make this awkward again. But no, seriously, like, he could use his powers for more practical uses like being a grill cook. Like, that would make burgers so much easier to make if you can just make flames arise out of nowhere. And I think other characters like Liu Kang could teach people martial arts instead of fighting in a tournament to save Earthrealm every single year. Like, you'd really think the bad guys aren't gonna attack if they know that the whole universe is trained in martial arts as skilled as he is. And I really think that, if he taught people that, you really wouldn't have to fight alone throughout the years. And I think Jax would be a great construction worker. Him and his metallic arms, he really has to punch the ground and ruin the environment. That just doesn't seem right. I think that's really messed up to destroy the environment like that. He's a piece of crap, first of all. And like I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, he's black and he has really big lips. And I don't know why, but they made that stereotypically accurate for some reason. And I was kind of glad they did, but then I was like, oh god, another black guy. And it wasn't anything bad, but I just never saw a purpose in Jax besides that he got his arms ripped off. And he got metal arms. That's the only good thing about him, because he thinks he's really hardcore when a bunch of the other Mortal Kombat characters can beat him up. And I really thought that it really glorified black people's egos, not egos, their attitudes, like I mentioned in my other video, where they think they're tough and stuff like that. And I really didn't see Jax as like that tough guy. I saw him as, you're punching the ground and destroying the environment, you piece of crap. How dare you not go green? I will smack you with a fig leaf, you piece of crap. I will make you eat veggie burgers for the rest of your life through a tube. That was probably too far, but I hope I made my point, and I really hope that it got the point across accurately. And I think that if it didn't, we could get into more graphic details. But other than that, I think Mortal Kombat did a great job showing violence being glorified. Like Noob Saibot's fatality is actually of him pulling up his shadow and then ripping a person in half by each of them grabbing one end, and then you just see the crotch pieces fall out and then everything else follows. And I think that's all they really had to stop at was the crotch pieces falling out, because once that, I mean, there's really no reason to live. Like, the other person could just like fall and they could bash their head in, because realistically, without your crotch pieces, there's really no fun in living anymore. Like, that's just the thing that keeps you going, and it keeps you going good because you feel like you can contribute to society, even though you really don't want to, by producing an offspring. And if you don't do that, you are a jerk because you're not helping contribute to society at all. But I really think that if we had people like Noob Saibot here as like maybe the punishment, like death penalty maybe, yeah, it's a little bit cruel and unusual punishment, but I think it really gets the point across, right? Like, I really think that people wouldn't want to commit crimes if they knew they're going to have their testicles or ovaries pouring out of their crotch. I really think that would be a crappy way to go. Also, what is it? Ermac's one is where he uses telekinesis. I think it's telekinesis, right? Yeah, telekinesis to like rip limbs off one by one. I really think that would be a crappy way to go. Imagine having your arms ripped off like that. No offense, Jack. But it's really like the ways they kill people in this game. That's another practical use. These people could be used in like death penalties. We could kill people with these powers. Imagine Sub-Zero ripping a dude's neck off and pulling his spine out at the same time. How cool would that be? I don't care how inhumane that is. That is a cool power to be able to do. Or to be able to freeze them and then kick the top half of them off. That, sir, is amazing. Let's even get Reptile in here. Let's have him spit acid down their throat, because anyone who can commit murder or rape or kidnapping or burglary or armed robbery deserves to have acid spit down their mouth by a giant lizard. That is the way they need to go, and I think that's how we need to like move in a society, is by actually having people go out that way with the death penalty. And I really feel like these are the things that are going to change the world. We need to have people like Melina who look like they're this really pretty girl, but underneath they really have horrible teeth, and then they just eat your neck off, which really sounds really gross, but it's actually true. And I'm pretty sure that there are girls out there now who guys think are pretty, but they have really jacked up teeth, and they already do that as is. And I really feel like if we utilize their powers, we can become better as a society. So, Mortal Kombat 2013, people. Vote Scorpion for president. But yeah, this actually video, I don't know. I just really wanted to make it to show off Mortal Kombat, and really wanted to play other games. And I'm going to be finishing the ladder, and hopefully I have better topics to talk about, because I don't know. I've been sitting on that Mortal Kombat topic for a long time, and it is really pathetic. But I really hope you guys enjoy the videos, and I will be making another one today. So I hope you like it. It'll probably be the continuation of this. But anyway, later.